All right, so let's talk a little bit about this Nintendo Direct. I know that we have had a little bit of conversation in the Discord about it. It's been one of the biggest things happening in nerd culture, gaming, all that kind of stuff in this week. So I asked Robert to kind of share with us a little bit about some of the rundown of the games, and we'll kind of share some of the standouts for each of us. I think would be an awesome way to do this. So if you are a video watcher, check it out on the screen. We're going to have some video footage of Nintendo Direct. So Robert, hit us, man.
Hey guys, so in the Discord this week, I tried to get the Nintendo Direct as it was happening, doing my best. So some of the standouts that were announced, we had Mario and Luigi Brothership, which is a continuation of some RPG games from the Game Boy Advance era. I messed with a couple of those. They were pretty solid. One of the games I'm definitely most interested in, the NES World Championship Edition. Mini game collection, fight to be on the leaderboard, play against your friends every week, new games crop up. I'm getting that day one. I hope Justin does. I hope some other people around Hipster Goblin Media do as well. We get our own little leaderboard going, see who's the best. Pro tip's going to be me. And then they announced some other stuff, like some anime games that were a hard pass. And, Fantasian, I'm going to give it a shout out to. It was an iOS game made by the father of Final Fantasy. And I always thought it was weird that the Final Fantasy creators' newest game's coming out on a mobile phone. Well, it's finally coming out on a console. It's coming out to the Switch. So that's pretty cool. A Metroid-like game called Mio was shown. There's a Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which is an Animal Crossing-like. I think that's also a port of a mobile phone. On the screen right now is a sequel to Looney Tunes B-Ball from the Super Nintendo, but it's going to be Looney Tunes Sports. Me and my brother played a lot of Looney Tunes B-Ball back in the day. I'm not going to buy this game, but I respect that it's here.
There you go.
They had a Donkey Kong Wii remake announced. Donkey Kong games are hard. That one looked difficult. Another game I'm hyped for, Dragon Quest 3 remake. At the end of that, they announced Dragon Quest 1 and 2 as well. Cannot wait for that. Then we had like a Funko Pop game that didn't look very good. Luigi's Mansion 2 remakes coming out. A lot of remakes. The online expansion got some new games to it. Metroid Zero Mission, one of the best 2D Metroid games. Check that out if you're into Metroid. Phantom Brave, a Justin game. PS2 strategy RPG. And then we get into some bread and butter, where some hits started coming. Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. I know my Optic Blast broadcast bros are going to be excited for that one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of the greatest fighting games of all time. I'm ready to throw down there myself. You can never have enough Mario Party. We have yet another Mario Party coming to the Switch. My kids love that game. It makes our family hate each other every time we play it. So we're going to get that this Christmas. And then the banger, the big one for me, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. Yep. They did the bamboozle. You play as Zelda. You're not playing as Link. It has some weird mechanic where you have to it's not crafting, but you make stuff appear out of thin air with the wand. I don't know. It's got Zelda on it. I'm buying it. That's day one. There was a Lord of the Rings game announced. I know Justin's hyped for. And then they closed with Metroid Prime 4. I don't believe that game was shown on a Nintendo Switch. I think that's a Nintendo Switch 2 launch title. They just didn't say the Switch 2 is coming out yet. It was a good Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Switch is going out with the bang. A lot of good stuff coming out this year.
I agree. So we'll kind of start with you, Dylan. Do you have anything on that list that you were like, hey, here is the couple of standouts for you, things that maybe get you excited or maybe get you to want to buy a Switch even?
Yeah, so I don't own a Switch, but if I did, I feel like for sure the Marvel vs. Capcom, kind of like Robert was saying, I'm definitely interested in that, playing those games. I believe it's actually coming to PlayStation 4 too, so I don't have to have a Switch for that. So I might honestly just pull out the old PlayStation 4 and just jam it out on that. But
I think it's coming to everything, right? If it's on PS4, you could play it on PS5.
I don't think all I saw was Nintendo. That was the Switch, PlayStation 4, and Steam. So I don't think you can actually play it on PlayStation 5, and it could just be because they're arcade style games, and I don't know, maybe they're just
Well,
So-
PS5 is backwards compatible with just about the entire PS4 library. So I feel like if it drops on PS4, you have a good chance to be able to play it
It's
on that
possible.
system.
It's possible. But
Yep.
definitely those games for sure.
Nice. Robert, what you got, man?
It was Zelda. Zelda's number 1. Dragon Quest is number 2. And then that NES World Championship game, definitely. Dude, that NES game, like time trials and trying to like high score chase is just something I love to do in video games. I like leaderboards. I like trying to like beat my friends and that stuff. So I'm buying that NES game right off the rip. That comes out
July 17th, bro, and I'll see you there, bro.
Heck yeah.
I mean, my top 3 are exactly the same as yours. NES, I mean, can't wait for that. Plus, my son Oliver, like he's 8, but he's like obsessed with classic games. Like loves playing old school games, which I think is a cool thing. And so we're going to get to do some of that together. Really, really excited. The only thing that really differs from our list is I would say I put Phantom Brave in that top 4 too. That just looks cool, and like you said, that's right up my alley. I love those types of games, so super excited about that. Again, like you said, Nintendo Switch is going out with a bang, dude. It's gonna be a really cool year for Nintendo fans. So I'm with you too. I don't think Metro Prime's coming out on this console. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's a launch title anyway. You want something like that for your launch of your next system.
It'll be like Twilight Princess. It came out on the Wii or whatever. Or wait, it came out on the GameCube, but then it also was like the big title. It's like system seller for the Wii.
Yeah.
So I see it being something similar to that. And dude, I'm sorry I glossed over Switch Sports is getting basketball. Woohoo!
You didn't gloss over, bro. You missed that on purpose, and that's okay. All right.